I would now like to introduce Dr. Arjuman Zaidi, President of Youth for Human Rights India. Dr. Zaidi is a veteran social worker, geographer, an environmentalist, and a human rights activist. She is the founding director of St. Xavier's Convent School and also the founder of the NGO Holy Vision International. She has received many national and international accolades, which include the Human Rights Education Award, the Edupreneur Award at the World Education Summit Bahrain, Best Educationist Award from the newspaper Awadhnama, and Best Women Entrepreneur Award under the Prime Minister's scheme Stand Up India. She has been tirelessly working for the promotion of our cause and the belief in our motto. I would like to invite Dr. Zaidi to come forward and tell us about the Youth for Human Rights India, its work and progress.
Good morning, everybody. Honorable Chief Guest, Lieutenant General A.K. Singh, Honorable Guest of Honor, Mr. Asim Kumar, he is Head UNGC Asia Pacific Resource Center. Colonel Hari Raj Singh Rana is a well-known figure who has done amazing work on environment, and we all know him. He is a great personality. And Dr. Vail, you have already heard him yesterday. He is an amazing human being. I am with him since last yesterday, and then it is really very enriching interaction with him. So welcome him along with all the guests. At this moment, I really take this opportunity to welcome you all on this great summit. It was a great day yesterday, and we just heard amazing speeches and eminent scholars. Our speakers who speak about many issues who are really crucial issues at the moment, and a very enriching, enlightening experience yesterday we had, and we heard so many. Like eminent speakers, S.R. Darapuri, he's the IPS officer, he's working for human rights since last, I think, 3 decades. Then on the dais we had chief guests, then along with him many other guests of honor. They all spoke so well, and there were so many things which we could take as, the takeaway thing from this summit, what we have learned. Like Maulana Firangi spoke about Islam, and he said that Islam never teaches. In Quran, it is not written anywhere that God is for any particular person, or Quran or Islam is for any particular person. It is being told in Islam that it is for everybody. Humanity is for everybody. It is not bifurcated anywhere in any of the religion books. So why do we do to bifurcate ourselves? We all are one. We all are equal. Then we had yesterday the special children, they performed so well. I'm working with this Chetna Shelter Home for the development of these special children, and they really performed well. I think no one of you could ever realize that it is something performed by these special children. I suppose so. Do you agree with this? So they were amazing. And it was enthusiastic performance by them. Then there was another Bharatnatyam performance. It was very nice. Yesterday I talked about the organization, the UDHR, because it is very important. All of you should know what we are doing. At least you should have the knowledge of that. Anything, when you begin, it begins from the the ignite point of anything is the awareness. When you know something, then only you will be able to do some action. So this is the first step of doing an action, to know about thing. So it is very important that you know about UDHR, you know about Sustainable Development Goals. So we are working, our organization, as a campaigner. I am as a campaigner for UN to make things aware about everything that is so important. You should know, then you start your action. Then we do a lot of other engagement programs to do the action. There are, when we have a very, very big event or a mega event, so the same kind of challenges you face. I would like to share some challenges. It is not because it is a criticism or it is something negative, but I want to inspire you, because challenges are given to those people who deserve higher, higher and higher. So when there are challenges, you have to face them bravely. And there are two great examples sitting on the dais. They are the champions of taking the challenges and resolving them and winning them. So give a big hand to all the people sitting on the dais. In army, you won't believe what challenges they are suffering. They are in the forest, sometimes in the hill terrain, sometimes there are only places where only ice can be seen, no land can be seen. So such situations, such circumstances they have faced, and God gives these opportunities, privileges to those who are deserving to get higher and higher. My only intention is to tell and share these thoughts with you. It is not that I want to do something, but to face the challenges. This is what we have to learn. At 5 o'clock I went home, and then I got ready and came here because I had to organize many things, But I am privileged that I have amazing team, and they are champions of doing things better for us. So I am here with you, and still my daughter is in the hospital. Both the daughters are in the hospital, and they are taking care of each other. So nothing to worry. And we will have a wonderful day today also, as the last one we had. It is an amazing group photograph I would like to share with all of you. All the photographs will be shared with you. I am speaking because on the topics there are eminent speakers who will speak, and I have already spoken yesterday all the topics, what is to be done. So I want to share few other things which are important. I may skip later on because it's the half day and you all will leave. You have come from so many countries, so many places all over India and the world around. So a big hand to all of you, the champions of human rights and peace. You all, each one of you is a champion of human rights and peace. You are the promoters, you are the advocates of peace and tolerance. So it has been given a certificate to you that you have taken a pledge that you will promote peace and tolerance in your areas, wherever you go. And you will set an example. Yes, we are the people who love peace, who love each other, who love each other's country, who love each other's city and places and communities. I'm going to talk about a little bit, because it is a lack of time, I will not take much time. I'll talk about a little bit about social activism today. What is social activism? Many of the people are a little confused. So basically, whatever you do as an action to safeguard yourself and the community around you and for the betterment of them, that is social work. Once you will think about somebody who is living next door to you, and you do something for the welfare of that person, if that person is needing you, if you do that job, that action, that is humanity, that is basically the social activism. I want to really appeal all of you that at least 10 minutes even one day, and the positive one action you do, you will sleep very well in the night because you will be satisfied. Yes, I am earning money, I am doing my job, I am doing everything in my routine. But what I have done for others, at least 10 minutes I have given for others to think positive about something to create or something to create for your country or to your community. So this is what we have to do in social activism, that at least something you start doing. And there are so many amazing people, in the world who are, you take the example of Colonel Rana. He is you just read about him on the net. He is doing amazing job to safeguard your future because he wants a better future for the youth. So this is what everyone gives some time, little bit time for the communities to prosper, progress, and do something creative for your country. And you will be recognized automatically. Don't think about yourself. If you think about yourself, that action will be self-centered action. So don't think about yourself. Do think about others. Do think about your country. I have to do something as a contribution with my existence. And then the place or the city or the country where you are living will be a better place to live. I can guarantee that. I would like to enlighten our activities, what we are doing, because you must know, some of you are coming here first time in our summit. You must be confused what the organization is doing, what exactly we are engaged, how, whether it is only one summit in a year, and that is not enough. So what activities we are doing? Basically, we promote peace and tolerance, and the slogan of our organization right now, the campaign which we are running, peace and tolerance through human rights and SDGs. So we promote SDGs, so Sustainable Development Goals, and we promote 30 human rights. We go to the schools, colleges, universities, we talk to the students, we give them a workshop about awareness, about engaging them. Once we give them workshop or we give a certificate to the school that is a human rights friendly institution or a school or a college. And then we are going to many other places like all the other corporate sector, we are giving government sector and going and giving them workshops. And then we are engaging them in further activities, like then there are some schools who have already taken this workshop. We engage them in some competitions, some creative writing, something like poster making or something like that. So all engagement should be there, because once you tell somebody, there is a tendency of human beings to forget about it. So we have to remind every time. So whenever you are doing this activity, make sure that you remind and do engaging activities further. So this is very important. So this is we are doing. And last year I reached 1 million people, and I have engaged them in activities. I have either informed them or talked to them or given them some workshop or spoken to them. So 1 million I have covered last year, and this is a big number for me, and I am going to engage another 1 million this year by December 2019. So these are basically the activities we are engaged in. Our mission is to create a new world with the help of our youth. The new world where there is no caste, creed, religion or any kind of discrimination, or where there is no gender discrimination, or where there is no intolerance for each other. We must accept each other in whatever form or whatever way they are there. We don't judge other persons. We don't have that right to judge other persons in other ways. So this is what we are doing, and somehow because once you have something from inside of your heart and you don't have any self-centered motives, you talk to anyone, that person will listen to you, that person will engage with you 100%. I have seen this. This is a real thing I am telling you and sharing you, that wherever I go, whomsoever I meet, because there are no personal things in that involved, and there are no personal motives. So everyone likes our workshops, everyone likes to engage with us, everyone comes and become a team. So this is what we have to do. Horizon, bigger our horizons, and make things better for our countries. It's not only for India. Every country has to try, every child has to try, then the world will become a better place. So after this, after the seniors sitting on the dais, I don't want to keep them waiting for long, and then I will talk to you later after the first session again, and I will share a few things which are very important for our team, and I would request all of you join as a team or as volunteers or as post holders. We are open to that. We have a team of more than 8,000 volunteers in India and surrounding countries. So let us make more bigger our horizons. So thank you very much, sir, for coming here. Once again, I welcome you all on the dais, and I have this privilege to be with you at this moment. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming, and thank you for listening to